fade in from pure black. A slow, hauntingly beautiful drone note plays. Slowly, millions of faint stars fade into view. The camera pans across the Milky Way galaxy, our cosmic home, swirling in majestic silence. We push in on the Orion constellation. Suddenly, a brilliantly intense, blue-white point of light pierces the darkness, outshining everything around it. Look up at the night sky on a crisp, clear winter evening, and you will see a canvas dusted with diamonds. Billions of stars exist in our Milky Way galaxy, alone. Yet from our tiny vantage point here on Earth, one star stands out among the multitudes. It does not just shine, it blazes. It commands your attention, cut to a time-lapse of the night sky over a stunning Earth landscape. Perhaps the pyramids of Giza or a snow-capped mountain. As the stars track across the sky, one star is noticeably brighter, leaving a thick, brilliant trail. This is Sirius, the dog star, the brightest star in our night sky. For as long as humanity has possessed the capacity to look upward and wonder, Sirius has been a beacon in the dark. It is a jewel embedded in the constellation of Canis Major, the great dog, loyally following the heels of Orion the Hunter. An overlay of the mythological constellation figures appears in the sky. Orion with his bow, and Canis Major at his feet. A glowing line connects Orion's belt down and to the left, pointing directly at Sirius. But what makes Sirius so incredibly bright? Is it a cosmic behemoth, dwarfing all other stars? Or is there a trick of cosmic perspective at play? To truly understand Sirius, we must embark on a journey that spans ancient history, mind-bending astrophysics, and the very mechanics of our Milky Way. We must travel across space and time to unmask the true nature of this celestial lighthouse. The camera detaches from Earth. We blast off, moving faster than light, leaving our solar system behind. The sun shrinks into a mere speck as we hurtle through the interstellar medium toward the brilliant blue-white light of Sirius. Strap in. We are leaving home, crossing the vast silent ocean of deep space to meet the brightest star of them all. The blinding light of Sirius fills the screen, then crossfades into the glaring sun of an earthly desert. We pan down to the life-giving waters of the Nile River in ancient Egypt. The music shifts to something ancient and rhythmic, utilizing traditional Middle Eastern instruments like the oud and ney. Long before we had telescopes to dissect its light, Sirius shaped human civilization. Its brilliance made it impossible to ignore, and ancient cultures wove it deeply into the fabric of their lives. Nowhere was this more profound than in ancient Egypt. Animated hieroglyphics appear on a papyrus background, showing the goddess Sopdet, Sothis, a woman with a star on her head. To the Egyptians, Sirius was not just a star, it was a god. They called it Sopdet, and its movements dictated their survival. You see, the Egyptian calendar was intimately tied to this star's heliacal rising, the exact day when Sirius became visible on the eastern horizon just before sunrise. A cinematic recreation. An ancient Egyptian astronomer priest stands on a temple roof in the pre-dawn twilight. He sees a brilliant spark on the horizon just before the sun breaks. This brief, shimmering appearance in the dawn sky was the most important astronomical event of the year. Why? Because it occurred right before the annual flooding of the Nile River. The flood brought rich, dark silt to the desert, ensuring the year's harvest. When Sirius returned from its hiding place behind the sun, the Egyptians knew the life-giving waters were coming. It was the herald of the new year. Transition to ancient Greece and Rome. Statues of philosophers, bustling ancient cities baking in the summer heat. But not every culture saw Sirius as a bringer of life. The ancient Greeks and Romans had a vastly different interpretation. Because Sirius is part of the constellation Canis Major, it was known as the Dog Star. When Sirius rose alongside the sun in late summer, the ancients believed the combined heat of our sun and this brilliantly hot star caused the sweltering, unbearable temperatures of late July and August, a visual of panting dogs and shimmering heat waves radiating off Roman cobblestones. They called this oppressive, lethargic period the dog days of summer, a phrase we still use today. They believed the light of Sirius brought fever, madness to dogs, and wilted their crops. To them, the star's blinding intensity was a malevolent force, Polynesian wayfinders on a double-hulled canoe in the vast Pacific Ocean at night, navigating by the stars. Meanwhile, across the globe, Polynesian navigators were using Sirius as a crucial zenith star to find their way across the vast, featureless Pacific Ocean, proving that this one point of light has guided, frightened, and sustained humanity for millennia. Today, we no longer look at Sirius as a god or a bringer of plagues. We look at it through the lens of modern astrophysics. And the first question we must answer is, why is it so bright? Its apparent visual magnitude is minus 1.46, making it almost twice as bright as a second brightest star, Canopus. The 3D map rotates. We see giant stars like Betelgeuse and Rigel pulsing massive and red/blue in the distance. In the grand scale of the Milky Way, Sirius is actually not a giant. If you place Sirius next to a true monster like Betelgeuse or VY Canis Majoris, it would look like a grain of sand next to a boulder. Sirius is a main sequence star, classified as an A-type star. It is roughly twice as massive as our Sun and about 25 times more luminous. So, if it's not the biggest or the most luminous star in the galaxy, what is its secret? Location, location, location. Sirius is right in our cosmic backyard. It is only 8.6 light-years away from Earth. In galactic terms, that is practically next door. It is the fifth closest stellar system to our Sun. Its brilliance is a trick of perspective, an illusion of proximity.